like I thought I was like really ready for it, but like certain things, bro, people talked like real shit, and like it really like
It affected you?
it hurt me, bro.
It's tough. It's definitely not easy.
It's Lil Baby.
Psych.
Fuck
Fuck
outta
you
here.
guys.
Fuck outta here.
Fuck out of here. Yo, welcome to We Felt That, episode 5. My name is Ihram.
I'm Gary. What's up? What's up?
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Yo, Gary left me alone for a week, and I got into all types of...
I can't leave you alone, bro. You just stirred the pot.
I got into all types of trouble on the internet.
Bro.
Yo, okay, so I guess we should start there. So, like, obviously, I talked about the Jasleen Singh and Myron situation. And, yo, damn, did the Incels come for me?
They did. I saw the comments.
You saw the comments?
Bro, when I saw the engagement uptick, I was like, all right, cool. The video's popping. Let's see what it's about. Because I didn't get to watch it in real time, obviously, because you're filming. And then I just saw the comment section. I was like, all right, this is good, but it's not good, but it's good for engagement.
But, you know, so I had to really think about it because I've had all week to sit and think about this, right? And it really just kind of made me sad, bro. Because, like, I spent a lot of time, like, just, like, looking at it and, like, laughing. And I want to get into, like, those people first. But it made me sad because it was International Men's Day, like, 2 days ago, right? And I just realized, like, yo, society left men behind.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. I agree.
Bro, society left men behind, right? Like male loneliness up, male homelessness up, male opioid use up, right? And those are the serious ones, right? But then what lays underneath that, right, is this internet shit. Like all that showed me in the comment sections was the state of man in 2025. And it made me sad because I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers on the comment sections, like society failed them, right? Like they were never told what it means to really be a man, right? Because I'm like, yo, like first of all, if you on the internet like that, right, like commenting like that, you're not really a man, right? And it's sad because it's like, if you were a young man growing up, right, like when we grew up, we had OGs that really like led the way, like men that were really men to like show us what it meant to be a man. Meant to be a man. And they weren't perfect, right? But it was a good baseline, and then we could build off of it, like our generation up. But everybody now that's growing up on the internet, you got two sides that aren't really speaking the full picture. You got on one side, you got this red pill, the Andrew Tate, fresh and fits of the world that are like, yo, your entire value as a man is dictated by the amount of money you make and the women you fuck. And if you don't marry a virgin, then you ain't shit as a man.
Right.
And then you got this other left-leaning shit, which is like, yo, like just be in touch with your emotions. Like if you speak up and you're vocal as a man, if you have like an opinion as a man, right, you're just a part of the patriarchy. And I'm like, yo, like nobody really stepped up and said, yo, being a man is the full spectrum of the entire human experience. Like that's what being a man is to me.
I agree.
Like,
I agree. 100%.
Like to me, like being a man is the duality of like, yes, I can have emotional conversations with my partner, with my mother, with my father, with my brothers, right? I can have real conversations and come from a place inside.
Yeah.
But then also as a man, a big part of being a man is your own individual pursuit of greatness. And I think like we like shat on that for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Like it became like cool to not try.
Yeah. That was
like
very high school.
Bro, like being a man, like not even like obviously we're not like people like that's where like people fuck it up, right? Because they think it's like being a man is like the accumulation of like a certain amount of wealth or a certain amount of bodies. But to me, like I feel like the most beautiful part about being a man is the joy and purpose you feel in the pursuit of that greatness, whatever that may look like to you.
I think there's a middle ground that people lose sight of, right? Like, because there's so many narratives with these alpha male, quote unquote, podcasters telling you what it is to truly be a man. And then, like you said, the left leaning side telling you have to be more in tune with your emotions. People feel like they need to pick a side now, right? But as a person, you have to look at it very objectively and understand that everybody's path is different. You have to find your own path, and no singular path is going to be different or going to be perfect, right? And I feel like when you're forced to pick a side, you're forced to fit into a category that you might not necessarily believe in, but because that's the trend and that's the way everybody is going towards online, that's what you feel is right. And it's not necessarily the case, which is kind of gross.
I think that's what made me even more sad. Like, I'm an empath, right? So it made me more sad. It made me more sad because, like, all men, as a Muslim, as a human, right? All men are my brothers. And it made me really sad because I'm like, yo, that duality, that understanding comes from your life experience. Like what you just shared with me is not based off of some shit that you read on the internet. That comes from real life experience. Like that's what the man is, right? Like you go on your own hero's journey, right? On some real anime shit. You go on your hero's journey and you develop your own individual thoughts and your own individual opinions and likes and dislikes. You know what being a man is not? Looking to other men to discuss if somebody's an alpha or somebody's a beta. That ain't some man shit.
That's weird. I don't know.
Ask yourself if your father would have done that. Yeah. Ask yourself if your father sat around with other men and was like, yo, he an alpha and he not. Ask yourself that.
I feel like if you need to announce that you're the alpha, you are not the alpha. It's weird behavior in me.
Bro, it's crazy because it made me so upset because not because y'all affected. Y'all think I'm mad. Meanwhile, I'm sitting around
sending me screenshots like, yo, look at this shit.
I'm sitting around sending Gary screenshots, smoking on grade 8 Primo from the farmer's market, having a ball with my friends in my real life. Like, I think that's what made me sad because I'm like, all that internet comment shit is just frustration as a man.
I see that very differently though. Like obviously internet, you're going to be able to say what you want to say, right? You're behind a profile pic, you're behind a keyboard. It is what it is. You're entitled to your opinion. My take on commenting on shit that I don't agree with, I'll state my point. I'll try to have a discourse with you. I'll try to have a conversation to try to see your point, but I'm never going to actively try to slander unless you're saying some really off the wall shit.
But yo, you commenting on the internet, because I think a lot of people got that twisted, because I was like, yo, real motherfuckers don't use the internet like that, right?
Yeah.
And so here's the difference. Here's the key difference, right? Is that you got your face, your name up when you engage with me as a man, right? Like that's the difference, right? Because otherwise, yo, all of y'all that, you know what I look at, the rest of y'all that are just commenting, talking to yourselves with no face, no name, I look at y'all like the crackhead in front of the bodega, the little fiend in front of the bodega. That's who y'all are. Talking about, oh, if I was Steph Curry, I would never be with a chick like Aisha. Yo, your jumper wasn't that nice.
Yeah.
You was not that nice. You didn't make it to the league. And now, like, you just sitting around, armchair quarterbacking other men's lives. What you talking about is completely different. You and me engaging in, like, because I have no problem. Like, if, and this is my real note to all the incels in my comments. The real note to all the incels in my comments is that going forward, unless you got a face and unless you got a name, I'm not talking to y'all. I don't talk to ghosts. I don't
no burner accounts.
I don't talk to burner accounts. I don't talk to roaches. Right? That's what y'all are. Y'all are just like, you don't feel credibility enough as a man to say what you mean and mean what you say and have your face attached to it.
Yeah.
Have your name attached to it. You're not willing to put your stamp on it as a man.
That's kind of crazy though. That gives people so much entitlement on the internet because they feel empowered to say what they want because they can hide behind the keyboard. I'll have a lot more respect for you if you have a profile photo, a public photo.
Bro, if Myron wants to say something, there's a response.
Yeah.
If anybody with a face and a name says something, there's going to be a response, right?
A conversation at least.
A conversation. Like when I say response, I'm not getting tough on anybody, right? Just a conversation. Because then I'm engaging with a real human on the other end. But other than that, it's like, who am I engaging with here?
I mean, I feel like there's some good to come out of it, right? Like when people obviously are sharing their viewpoints and their opinions on stuff, and I'll give you an example, you can be caught wrong. I got caught a couple of weeks ago because I made a video about an anime, Attack on Titan, and the running joke was Eren was right? Because Eren started this whole thing, whatever, fought for his people. Essentially, it was genocide against the people that was oppressing him. long story short, somebody came on and really educated me on where the writer of the anime derived his content from, what it was inspired from, and come to find out that Eren was modeled after some really dark World War II figures and things of that nature, and genocide from that era. And I was like, oh shit, maybe me saying Eren was right wasn't necessarily the right thing for me to be saying on the internet. And that's the discourse I'm talking about. That's actual conversation.
But that's a real discourse.
Right, I can admit when I'm wrong.
That's real discourse,
Yeah.
and I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad that you said that. Like, because as a man, it's like, yo, sometimes I'm wrong, right?
I was 100% wrong. Yeah, I can admit it.
And being able to say that, I think like what people do that I think is like, I think it's just a delusion, right? Is when they think that they 100% right about every single thing.
That's an ego speaking, and that's pure stupidity. If you think you're 100% right all the time, you're dumb. You're dumb. You're literally dumb.
And that's what I've really come to know, right? That like a lot of people are just dumb. It's
kind of sad.
Again, that's what made me really sad too. That's what really made me sad, because I'm looking at this and I'm just saying, no intelligent human is speaking like this or behaving like this, right? Yeah. We have normalized it as like, oh, it's just the internet being the internet. But then we forget, like, yes, there are people back there. And like, that's where my sympathy goes. Because like, that's where my empathy goes.
You can't help but feel bad for a lot of these people, because right off the rip, when you read some of these comments, you can tell whether or not that person's intelligent enough to even have a conversation. If they're just barking, it's like, all right, I'm not going to engage with you because it's a lose-lose for me. I'm going to waste my time and I'll never get through to you.
Yo, the craziest thing, right? And this was one of them that I actually responded to because I know the guy, right? I know the guy.
I've seen this one, yeah.
I know the guy, right? So somebody comments some slick shit and I click into it and I'm like, wait, this motherfucker, his IG handle look familiar, all of that. And I'm like, I know the guy. And then I think about who this person is that said this hurt comment about me, right? And I was like, wow, he's like a musician, he's like a producer. I'm like, yo, you are so frustrated at your failures in your craft, right? That you have to now externalize it because it's easier for you to do that than fix your craft.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made me really sad, right? Because I'm like, yo, all the men out there, yo, listen, take stock of your own life. Take real stock of yourself as a man and the things that you want to accomplish and focus on that, because your energy is much better spent being that for the people in your life, for yourself as a man, than commenting on another man's life, any man's life, any man's life, any woman's life. You are better off as a contribution to your own humanity, just focusing in on what you want to do. Because that's who it is. Like, that's who I realize it's all the failed people on the internet that are now trying to tear down everybody on the internet.
Yeah, they lost the plot and they don't realize why they're really mad. So they just find ways to release that anger for no apparent reason on somebody else's post. It's weird behavior.
It really, again, this is what I'm like I'm too heavily therapized. I'm an empath, right? You just realize it's just hurt people.
Yeah. That's why I don't put too much stock into it. Like, if you're looking for a fight online, I'm not the one for you, right? Because I'm not going to waste my time and energy if I don't think you're intelligent enough for us to have an adult conversation. I can't feed into it.
I think that's where like people like I had a lot of people hitting me, being like, "Yo, Rob, what is you doing?" Like
you was really going back and forth,
and because they think that I'm really pressed about it, right?
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, "Yo, like all this shit is like funny to me, right? Like just being able to click into somebody's face, seeing the receding hairline, seeing the patchy beard, and then being like,
all right, some of
who
us
the fuck am I talking to?
First off, some of us can't grow fucking beards. It's not our fault,
bro. But if you like,
I'm just saying.
But yo, that's what's really funny, and that's what made me sad too. Because yo, I grew up where people really cracked on each other.
Yeah.
Like not in like the way that like the internet now does, where it's like,
no, you can't joke around no more.
Yo, you can't joke around.
It's not like
that.
It was back in the day. Like roasting doesn't exist anymore online, at least. Back in my day, bro, I get pummeled. I would get pummeled nonstop by my friends, and I would just dish it right back. And that was how you showed love to your boys. Like, yo, we go back and forth. That's just how we are. Now you do it, and you're a hater. You're anti this. You're anti that. No, bro. This is our love language. We roast. That's how it is,
bro. Like that's what I realized. Like, yo, who am I even? Because it's not even fun. Like that's what it is. Because if somebody cracked back and it was actually like, it's got to be something more clever than L take or W take, right? Like I need something more, right? Give me something to bounce back off of.
I'm always one for a good roast.
Yeah.
You violate me and you say something stupid, I'll be like, all right, bro, that was a waste of time. It wasn't even well thought out.
Yeah.
So rewind a couple of months back, I posted a video and somebody hit me with a drive-by insult and it fucking hurt me to the core.
Oh, I got you.
Somebody just said one sentence, you look like a frog. And I'm like, oh my, I do kind of look like a fucking frog. And it stuck with me because it was so direct. It was so intentional. And it was just that one sentence. Like, not even like you look like a fucking ugly frog or you look like a dumb frog. No, you look like a frog. And I'm like, I kind of fucking do sometimes. And it's really fucking hurtful. But you know what? Yo, you got it. I can't say shit. You got it.
You know which one got me? Somebody, most random. Because all the other shit don't, like, you can't tell me shit about my face. You can't tell me shit about my life. Like, I feel very comfortable. You know what got me? Somebody was like, yo, this TikTok was sponsored by Adderall, Ritalin, and ADHD all in one. And I was like,
that's pretty good.
I was like, oh, he saw me for real.
That's
like,
kind of good.
He saw me for real. Like, I was like, oh, you got it, bro.
That's
like,
actually pretty fucking good.
I deadass had to drop that like. I was like, oh, you got it.
Shit like that, you just have to give your respects to, bro. It's fucking thought out. It's fucking funny, and it hit. I mean, you can't say nothing about it.
I'm just mad at all of y'all that are just like the fiend outside of the bodega. It's like not even clever, and that's what I'm like. Yo, make it fun.
I respect the wit and the humor behind it.
Yes, because then I'm like, okay.
If you're roasting and it's coming from like somewhere somewhat comedic, I'll give it that much more love. If it's just you saying, "Yo, you're fucking ugly, you're terrible," I'm like, okay, well, okay. I mean, give me something to work with. This is regular shit. And this is not an invitation for you to come violate me in the comment section. This is a clip that we're not going to use for the Instagram. It'll live on the YouTube, and that's it.
That's hilarious. No, but yo, like the entire like this past week has been like crazy because like I got people hitting me and be like, yo, like, are you good? And I'm like, bro, we peaches over here, right?
No,
like
nobody thought twice about it.
I'm happy as hell. I'm like, yo, engagement as fuck. Yeah. Like, I hope y'all eat this shit up. So let's actually get to some real fucking topics. The Epstein list.
Yes, coming out.
Is it coming out?
It's supposed to come out, but I have a feeling when it does come out, it's going to be so redacted, it's going to look like just a Sharpie ran across the entire paper.
Okay, so this was going to be my question because obviously, so this week, the House and the Senate passed the bill.
With the exception of one lone voter.
One lone voter passed the bill to get the Epstein files out to the public. Mm-hmm. And now the bill is sitting, as of today, with Donnie. Mm-hmm. And when it gets signed, allegedly the Epstein files will come out. My question to you is that let's imagine a couple scenarios.
Okay.
One where the files come out. Are they just fully redacted?
I think so. All right, you got to look at it this way, right? Money and position are power. There are enough people with enough money and with a high enough position within government, within world economics, where their life would be ruined if their name was on the list, and they have enough influence to redact their own name on that list.
Okay, so absolutely agree. My only counter argument to that I could see is this is one of the things that we have not let go of because of how heinous.
Yeah.
Because of how heinous the crime is, we as a society have not let it go. Because a lot of people thought, like, just like everything else America do, we're gonna sweep that shit under the rug, right? But this is something we've, to American politics credit, have not let go.
Yeah.
Let's just say there is a world where we see the full Epstein files.
Okay. Every name.
Okay. What happens?
Government is going to be very tumultuous. I think the presidency is going to be heavily questioned, right? Impeachment, this, that, and the third. A lot of public figures are going to be looking at jail time, and things are going to get turned upside down. Because if the names that are supposedly on the list are truly on the list, you have some heavy hitters, not just in government, but in just world economics in general, right? When you have those people in question, it overturns a lot. And we're not talking about just the government or the movie industry. We're talking about world politics and world economics, right? When you have leaders of those fields, right, the top of the top being flipped upside down, now there's a vacancy in that. And how do people react to vacancies, right? Is it another fight for the top spot? Is it a reassembling of what it means to have a top spot? Like, what happens? And when you have that kind of disorder, shit gets really messy.
But who is doing all of this? Like, who are we entrusting to enact the wishes of the public, knowing how entrenched and deep this allegedly is, right? Because like you are absolutely right. Like the names that are allegedly on the list
are heavy hitters.
Are heavy hitters. Are heavy hitters, right? Like we're talking like the one of ones in economics, the one of ones of politics.
People who are controlling like GDPs, literal GDPs. Yeah.
And like when that comes out, like what happens? Because if it's so deeply entrenched, like we're talking potential royalty.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's going to exactly happen. Like, how do you execute some sort of punishment for these people? Because the way I look at it, with politics being so, I guess, back alley scummy as it is to begin with, somebody has dirt on somebody else, right? And vice versa. Like, it's an ever going circle where somebody has something on somebody else. So the people that are not on the list, supposedly, that are tasked with having to deliver punishment for the people that are on the list, who's to say those people who are supposedly able to deliver punishment aren't being held against their will because somebody who's on the list has something against them? So it's like, how do you expect it to be fully clean and proper?
And that's the thing. I think because that reality doesn't exist, what you said at the top of this, which is that most likely we see the most redacted of versions of this.
It's going to be literal Sharpie.
I think that's the most likely option.
Yeah.
Or if we don't have that, somewhere in between the bill being signed and the files coming out, the whole like judicial process of that, some bullshit is going to pop up.
I think I know what's going to happen. And this is just my take on it.
Let's see it.
I think the list comes out. I think the top 1% of the list is redacted. Those big names are redacted. But to appease the public and to give the people demanding the list over the last couple of years something to work with, they'll have some sacrificial lambs on the list. Be like, hey, S tier people, off limits, redacted. But some of the A tier guys, you can have these guys.
But like, it's like, I think about it, right? I'm like, whose name just come up and you're just not like, because I think the most fascinating is not the right word. The craziest thing about like the Epstein stuff is how targeted it was to that like 1%.
Yeah.
That even the sacrificial lambs
are still top tier for sure.
Are going to have reverberating effects throughout at least our perception of the world.
I think it's going to be a very misdirectional type of situation where it's like, hey, if we give you these names, you're going to be so locked in trying to get after these people, you're kind of push the rest of these people aside for a little bit.
So hypothetically,
right.
Let's just say, because one of the names, like, let's just say Bill Clinton name come out for real.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. But as an American, what does that do to your concept, trust of America?
I don't think it changes anything because the way I viewed the presidency is a little bit different from what everybody else sees it as, right? And not everybody else on the internet, but just it's a little bit more of a niche viewpoint. I feel like the presidency is just a figurehead of the government, right? Do you have, presidential control over some, calls? Yes. And do you have to sign paperwork that only you can sign? Yes, 100%. But at the end of the day, you are purely a puppet for the rest of the judicial system and the rest of the government to be guided in a certain direction. You don't have complete autonomy and complete control.
And I'm not saying anything about like his actual like policies or anything like that, But I feel that way too, heavily, right?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the people that we've had as presidents are just figureheads for the corporation that is America.
Yeah.
The one thing that you can never really say about Donald Trump is that he's somebody else's bitch, because his ego just wouldn't allow it.
But here's the thing. Is he allowed to act this way because he has that much autonomy and that much power? Or is he allowed to act this way because government wants to gear the country in that direction? He's the perfect person to do it in. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe. Like, the thing that always... this is gonna sound crazy. This is like don't spin this shit into like I voted for Donnie or any of that. Y'all don't know my politics. But I think what gives me pause on that, and why I think that Donald Trump wouldn't be the ideal candidate for that type of puppet, is the fact that Donnie like a real New Yorker.
Okay, how?
Like Donnie, like I just don't think Donnie's ego would allow him to do that. Like, I think somebody who's as egotistic as he is, that only in a way that a New Yorker can be.
I have a counter argument, and this is not my perspective. This is just strictly a question. You're saying his ego is too large for him to be puppeted into something, right? Mm-hmm. On the flip side, is he dumb enough where he doesn't even notice that he's being puppeted?
Nah, I would say as a man, your ego kick in.
Right.
Like so early, like because ego as a man is such an instinctual thing.
Fact. But you could be egotistical enough where you're so blinded that you don't understand that you're being steered in a certain direction, and you think it's of your doing because your ego is not allowing you to understand that somebody else is really guiding you.
Yo, that be happening. You ever have one of those? You ever have
I want to say no, but probably yes.
You ever have like when you realize that you was the one getting, because we always think like as men, I think we always think like, yo,
this is my idea, this is my direction.
This is my idea, this is my direction. Mm-hmm. I'm sharp enough, right?
Yeah,
and cognizant enough. But sometimes you feel like, yo, I got steered in a direction.
Yeah, because regardless of how masculine you feel or how intelligent you feel, there's always somebody smarter than you somewhere. And
in some arena, it might just not be your day, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that happens all the time. Like we saw it in poker, right?
Yeah.
There's some dudes who are amazing, right? Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's not your day. Sometimes you're not the sharpest person in the room. Yeah. Sometimes it's you didn't bring your best self to the negotiation. You didn't bring yourself to the best.
I think one of the strongest strengths you can have when it comes to just life in general is understanding, you want to have the confidence to feel like you are the best in the room, but you also need to have the wherewithal and intelligence to understand that sometimes you are not the best and you have to navigate somebody who's better than you. And if you think that you are better than that person, when you know deep down inside you're not, you're going to be fighting a losing battle. And I feel like people don't have that ego check.
I know. I already know that Donnie's ego makes him think that he's the smartest 100%. In the room.
Hey, listen, I respect that ego on some point, but at some level, you have to just understand your ego will get you in trouble more oftentimes than not if you don't concede to somebody who's smarter than you or stronger than you. It's gonna happen, right? The world's too large. There's too many people out there for you to believe you're the alpha and the S tier class in every single room you walk in. It's an impossibility.
Brings it back to the top of our conversation, right? The whole sitting around thinking about who an alpha and who not, right?
I have never once in my life said, yo, I feel like I'm an alpha. I feel like if I ever uttered those words, it would be the cringiest moment of my life.
Bro,
this shit is fucking weird.
No real human has ever uttered those words, right? Because it's like, yo, who's saying that? Because at the end of the day, everybody who's a real, this is fucked up. Everybody who's like a real quote unquote alpha, they too busy putting points up on the scoreboard. Like y'all sitting here talking about Steph Curry and his wife. Meanwhile, Steph figuring out how to drop 40 on the Knicks next time he play in the Garden.
What's understood doesn't need to be said. But off topic, have you seen the shit on social media where people are teaching those alpha classes how to be an alpha male? Bro, it is the hardest watch on the internet. Like there's male boot camps where they have this supposed alpha male taking in like 5, 6, 7, random dudes, charging them 10 bands for a weekend and teaching them how to be an alpha male over a weekend.
Wait, is this a parody?
No, it's an actual course. It's a seminar. Like you can sign up to go to an alpha male boot camp.
Motherfuckers are paying for this?
It's a thing. It's a fucking thing, bro. It's crazy. And it's like, just say this with me. I am the man. And it's like, bro, what the fuck am I watching? How did this end up in my algorithm? It's so crazy.
Yo, men will do anything but sit there and like just go through some shit that sucks. You know how you become a man? You know how you become a real man? Just go through life. Like actually go and live life. Like that's the part that they got really fucked up, right? Go outside, get your heart broken. Stop trying to prevent all of these things. Go outside, fail at something. Yeah. Go outside, fail at that shit again. Go outside, let somebody laugh at you and then fail at it, right? Like go through all of those things because that's what really develop a man. You can't teach that shit. Like you can't teach that shit. Think about all the things that your dad, my dad had tried to like instill in us, right? It's all shit that I still had to go outside and fuck up and learn. Ain't a thing that my dad hasn't didn't really say to me with good intention that didn't end up being true, but that didn't stop me from having to go outside and live that shit.
Yeah.
They just need father figures. They're paying for a father figure.
Essentially, yeah. It's actually kind of weird, bro. I can never imagine spending money and going to like a random cabin up in the woods to have somebody tell me how to be a man for 2 fucking days straight.
Some of it is they looking for father figures, and some of it is like, yo, they looking for brotherhood.
They're looking for brotherhood. I can agree with that. Everybody needs a community. Everybody needs a home. Everybody needs brotherhood. But to pick that option over going out and finding it on your own is not for me.
And that's where they got it fucked up. They think that brotherhood is somebody else commenting or liking on your comment under somebody else's shit. They think that that's brotherhood, right? Like, oh, I'm part of this community. Because that's what really made me sad about the entire thing. Because it's like, yo, you're creating these communities. You've seen it in the streamer world. They're creating these communities based off of people that just want to feel like they belong to something.
Yeah. I feel like for the alpha male, if you need to be told you're an alpha male or you need to announce you're an alpha male, you don't have it in you. It cannot be taught.
Bro, it's like the same reason. It's the same reason that like people like used to and people do join gangs. Like you want to be a part of something. You want to feel strength from being a part of something.
Which I respect. I get it. Everybody needs a community. Like you can't knock that. And
you can't knock that, right? But what I can knock is the choice of the community that you choose to participate in, right?
Yeah.
Because like you know what a real man would do? He would develop the community that he would want to be a part of.
Yeah. I'm sure there are things you enjoy, activities you like to do. Go target those. And you like to play basketball? Go find a fucking pickup game. Right? You like to play board games? There's 1,000,001 board game nights here in New York City, right? Go on Facebook, find a fucking group of people. There's no reason to sign up for a fucking bullshit boot camp.
That is the best advice that you will get because like absolutely. Because like nothing is like everybody can find like that's where we fucked up on building out the internet, right? Like we built it out in such a beautiful way where if somebody's really into Pokemon, they can find a community of people that are into Pokemon. Instantly. Like it's not even like, oh, my homeboys at school got to be into Pokemon. You can go online and connect with other netizens that are into Pokemon. Yeah. But instead of doing that, we create communities around like hate and bringing people down. And I'm like, yo, if this was like, if people were physically doing this, think about what that would be. That would be a hate group.
Yeah.
Like that. Like think about the people that are just like if a bunch of men sat in this basement and we're like, yo, we hate women. Women got to be virgins. We would be like, what the fuck? But because it's on the internet, we discard it for whatever it is. And that's what I mean about society, internet left men behind because we don't think about those fucks. Yeah. We literally just think about them as like, oh, y'all are just sad losers. And that's, unfortunately, that is what you are. But it's also sad.
Yeah.
You've been watching anything?
Yes. Physical Asia on Netflix.
Okay, tell me.
If you haven't seen it, you need to tune in. So it's
this is not an ad.
It's not an ad. It's not an ad. But shout out Netflix.
But it could be.
Shout out Netflix, sponsor us. Physical Asia is on season 3. The first 2 seasons were called Physical 100. Those came out a couple of years ago. But Physical Asia just ended with their season finale. It is such a good watch. So basically, you get 8 countries. I forget all the countries, but Korea's in there, Mongolia, Australia, Indonesia, Thailand, so on and so forth. And there are teams of 6, 4 guys, 2 girls, and you're competing in strength and endurance challenges against other countries. Obviously, you know, as you go on further in the competition, one country gets eliminated, and then you go all the way down so you have one, you know, winner. It is probably one of the best shows on Netflix right now. It is such a good watch. Yeah. And my country, obviously Taiwan wasn't in there, but I found myself cheering for like dark horses within the competition. Like Australia, so easy to fall in love with. Mongolia, so easy to fall in love with, bro. Like you find yourself so invested in this show that I feel like it's such an incredible watch.
Do they like, because like some of those competition shows, so do they like are you hearing personalities from the people?
Yeah. So what's great about the show is their I guess their B-roll footage and their behind the scenes interviews are really, really good. So you get to see like their insights, their thoughts on different competitions and different things they have to do throughout the show. And it gives you a lot of time to develop a connection with a lot of these people. It's not just like, these meatheads running around holding up a boulder. Like people are actually giving their insights before and after the competition and really developing their character, which is making you that much more invested in it. It's such a good watch.
It's out already?
It's out.
I think all the episodes?
Episode 12 just launched Tuesday. So if you want to go back and watch it, I think it's one of those shows where if you can get past episode 1 and it's your cup of tea, you will binge watch all 12 episodes.
Okay, I gotta get into it. I might start on this season and then see how it goes as we watch it live.
You could watch it independently and not watch the previous seasons. I think this one might be one of the best ones because you have such a variety of different people from different countries. The old seasons were just strictly Korean because it's a Korean-based show.
Okay.
So like Physical 100 season 1 and 2 were just Korean competitors.
Yo, this is mad random and racist as fuck, right? How come like Eastern Asia just develops like the best like those types of shows?
I
like they always have like a new concept for like one of those types of shows.
I think it's great that they're doing it, and Korea specifically has taken over, I guess, television and streaming between Korean dramas, which is super fucking
Huge.
hot. Everybody
Yeah.
loves Korean dramas. When Parasite came out a couple of years ago, Korean movies got put on the map. And not to knock anybody who enjoys Parasite, but for somebody who's been watching Korean movies for years now, Parasite wasn't anything special in comparison to other Korean movies because I had seen that genre so many times.
Korean horror is so slept on.
Right.
Some of the scariest movies I've ever
100%.
seen are Korean horrors.
But because it was America's kind of first taste with that specific genre, everybody fell in love with it. And not to say it's not good, but for somebody who's enjoyed it for a couple of years now, it's like, I get it. It's not new to me, but I am glad that everybody else is getting to experience this fucked up horror genre along with me now. So between that and the competition shows, Korea is really on the fucking map right now. And not to speak on fashion and food and everything else, but Korea is really, and shout out to Korea, they're the focal point of everything that's hot right now in Asia. Everybody's looking in that direction, which is crazy.
I mean, listen, you just gotta observe, right? Like, look at all the collaborations that, like, we talked about it on this, right? Look at Zayn's collaboration, K-pop, right? Look at Meg Thee Stallion's collaboration, K-pop, right? Like, there's a reason for that, right? Like, when your stars are having to go somewhere else, to get it popping, just know that there's a reason for that.
I just think that right now, for whatever reason, and I think it's really organic, it's not manufactured in any way, but when you think the fashion capital of the world, or the fashion capital of Asia, you think Korea. When you think go-to TV show genres, you think Korea. Music, K-pop literally runs the industry right now. You go to Korea, right? They're just such a focal point that everything kind of flows through them right now, which is great to see, right? Obviously, because you and I growing up, we kind of came up in the same time. Asians weren't the hot thing back in the day. Right now, Asians are like, all right, cool. Now we're trending. Now we're hip. We're part of the culture. But back when we were coming up, it was like, ew, what are you drinking? What's that black stuff in your tea? It's like, it's bubble tea. Yeah, what the fuck is bubbles? Now it's like, yo, G, where's the best boba spot in New York? It's like, all right, you were hating on this shit a couple years ago. Now it's hot, right? No. So I'm very happy to see it.
No, it's amazing to see, right? Because it really is like a huge shift, right? Like, and I think like it kind of, I don't think it gets like under the rug, but I think we like, especially if you're not in those cultures, right? You may not even see it happening, right? Like if you're not paying attention, you may not see it happening. Like my girl's like young cousins put me onto K-pop Demon Hunter.
Such a great movie.
Bro, like they were like, it's crazy. Like they're youngins, right? And they telling me like, yo, this shit took like 9 years to produce. And like after they pointed me out to it, I'm like seeing that permeate through all different parts of my cultures. So I'm like, yo, this shit is getting replayed at the theater now.
The movie itself, the soundtrack, actually got nominated for like 4 different Grammys. Do you know the lead singer for the main character of the movie had a crazy come up story?
Nah.
So EJ, she was a Korean K-pop trainee. And if you don't know, when you're in these trainees boot camps, you're in there from the age of like 9, 10, all the way up until you're 18 and ready to debut. Long story short, she went through a decade plus of training and they booted her. They were like, yo, you're not going to fit the mold. You're good. Came to America, started songwriting, wrote these crazy big hits for other K-pop groups and was kind of just in the shadows working on her own craft. Got a hold of the movie, got plugged in somehow, did the entire soundtrack, wrote all the music for it, wrote all the lyrics, and obviously it blew up like you and I know. And now she's doing Jimmy Fallon. She's nominated for a Grammy. She has a hit single out. Like she really came out of the woodworks and just took control over her own craft and really just exploded onto the scene. It's very good to see somebody who's been at it for so many years really get the spotlight for once.
That's amazing. That's amazing to hear that they have these like farm programs, right?
No, those are like nightmare camps.
Yes, but think about it. Like in terms of like real artist development, because we always talk about how like in the US, like artist development like now is like very lacking. Like that's why every single K-pop star that comes out and does eventually break, like once they break, they're ready. Like they all know how to dance, sing, act, right? Like they're fully fleshed out to be stars.
Right, they're handpicked. But here's the thing. I feel like there are two coming out parties for a K-pop star coming through the camp. And I know this is completely off topic, but you have two, I guess you're living two lives, right? One, when you first debut and you become part of the group, you're doing your own thing. Obviously, you're part of a larger entity. You're not your own person. And then two, when the contract for the group ends and now you can try to embark on this solo career where you have more autonomy and you're showing more of your own personality. And I want to say like 90% of those people don't ever make it out of the group and become a solo artist, sadly.
Why is that got shot on though? Like I don't like that. I don't like that we also as like fans like expect that. Right? Like I think that those types of conversations, and again, like I can see as an individual in one of those groups, like once the ego starts kicking in or or even just the curiosity, could I be a solo star, right? Or even like the musical want of, oh, maybe I do want to make different types of music. I get all of that, right? But I think sometimes like you don't have to graduate that. Like sometimes like it's cool to make amazing music as a part of the collective and be great. Like think about all of like your NSYNCs of the world outside of Justin Timberlake. A lot of them tried solo careers.
He wasn't even the best vocalist, respectfully.
Wait, whoa.
He wasn't.
Wait.
Are you kidding?
Wait. Who was the better vocalist out of Justin Timberlake?
JC.
You're saying JC is a better vocalist than Justin Timberlake?
1,000,000%. Ask anybody. Listen to music. Listen to. All right, we're not taking.
Are you talking about when they were a part of the group?
When they were a part of it, when they were before it, when they were after it, solo.
No.
1,000%. Did Justin Timberlake have more bangers? 100%. Is he a better singer? 1,000,000% no.
Yo, I don't.
He's not.
Yo, JT has crazy vocal runs.
Yeah,
like JT also is able to hit. JT is also able to hit like a note that like very few people can hit.
I am not saying he's not a good singer. He is great when you're looking at it from an outsider's perspective. I am just saying JC was a better singer than JT.
Whoa,
he took every song from him. Every song that they both had solo runs in. His was much better.
Okay, so your NSYNC ranking goes JT 2?
JT's 2 for singing ability, yes.
Okay, so JT is 2 though. We're not going to go crazier?
Yeah,
okay.
The other 3 obviously aren't going to be able to compete with JT and JC, but it's JC, JT, here. And that's a fact. I'm sorry. It's a fact, according to me.
Yo, you having JC over JT?
He's a better singer. How can you say he's not?
I think, again, I think that might be our age difference come into play.
Yeah.
Because when I had to go back for NSYNC a little bit.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, I came in on Justin Timberlake and then pause. Hey, I hope the Incels stop listening on the way here because they would have had a field day with that. I think because I discovered Justin Timberlake first and then had to go back for NSYNC.
Right.
I probably hold Justin Timberlake with a little bit more light than I do JC.
His songs. Okay, so he was pushed harder as a solo career artist, right? Like he had bangers on bangers. He was in movies. He had a better solo career, 1,000%. But when you're coming down and you're gauging vocal ability versus vocal ability, JC is better than Justin Timberlake.
I don't think JC could do that. I don't think that JC could do the I could write you a symphony. Like, I just don't think JC got that in him.
Go listen to their first album. Listen to the song "This I Promise You."
All right.
Listen to that and let me know.
All right, listeners, we might have to. We're gonna come back to this. I do because now I'm curious about your other musical opinions when it comes to groups because. I don't even want to open up this can of worms because there's about to be another group that I was going to ask you a question about.
Who? Real quick, let me get a preview. Who?
Yeah, we're going to go through all of them.
Just give me one.
Huh?
One to start before we end this podcast.
I was going to ask you your New Kids on the Block take.
That's going to take too long. We have to go back to that one. But I do have a hot take for that one. That'll be next episode.
Y'all, we will not be recording next week, which means there will be no episode next week. We'll be back the following Friday.
First week of December, right?
First week of December. Yo, time flies. When did we start this pod? Maybe like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? Was it October?
I think this is episode 4.
This is episode 5. Missed last week.
Oh, that's right. 4 for me, yeah.
When did we start this? End of October or beginning of November?
Somewhere there.
It's crazy how time flies. Like this is episode 5 of this joint.
Yeah.
Yo, this was what we felt that. Thank y'all for listening. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.